Welcome to the Traders Help Desk Online video collection. In this video I'm actually going to go through what happened on the Aussie and the Swiss franc last night and during the European session today. As most of you know, if you were in the trading room on Wednesday, May 9th, I said I would be watching the Aussie and I would be watching the Swiss franc for a potential reversal. The first one I'm actually going to go through is the Swiss franc, and as you can see on the 720 we have not had this magenta peak come in yet. Now the ADX is very high. Am I anticipating the uptrend to develop on the lower time frame? Yes. Has it come in yet? No. So this is one that I would still be waiting on. Most of you, if you were looking at the Swiss opening, you can see you had a slight divergence here. It's not enough of a divergence that I would want to enter that particular market. Now I am using a 12-minute on both the Aussie and the Swiss franc only because they tend to actually trade slower than the euro. So a lot of times I can actually trade the Swiss franc in the Aussie with a low risk entry point just from a 12-minute chart. The next one that I said I would be watching would be the Aussie, and again this was because the ADX was at 70. Anytime it is at 70, then I know to be watching for a potential reversal or retracement is what I actually like to call it. Now I also pointed out on the Aussie, the issue with trading the Aussie, I knew that it would go into an uptrend. I knew it would probably be during the Asia session when it happened. The problem was you had two market reports on the Aussie last night at 9:30. And of course this wide bar is the result of those market reports. Now again, the problem with the wide bar is that 80% of the time a wide bar will retrace at least 50%. And so it went up, you had diverging volume right at the top of the market, pulled back the 50% of the wide bar, and then you did have a potential entry point here. But the problem with this one is, number one, there's no diverging volume, and well, actually there is, because this is counted as a red bar because it made a high and a low, and it closed on the low, so this would be actually a red bar. So there was divergence on the lows measuring from this gray bar, but it's in the middle of nowhere. So unless this was at a ATR on perhaps the 45-minute, I would not even be interested in that one. So then you come up until about 5:30 in the morning, you see again you had diverging volume just as it came up to the slow moving average, and as long as it gets within 2 ticks of the slow moving average, we can take a trade. And that particular trade so far has netted Clipper 1. That did go to Clipper 1 and made a wide bar, knowing that it's going to retrace that wide bar, and there's a major U.S. opening with Bernanke speaking and 2 market reports at 8:30. I may have taken all of my profits off. Otherwise, you're just at break even and you're waiting for an exit. You do not have any magenta color right now in the ADX, so your stop would actually be at break even if you were still in the trade, or you could have it like 1 tick below this low, the low being 56, so you would have your stop at 55, which is just about break even, so either way it's going to be about the same.